We're up. We usually go at 55.
Okay.
I just want to check. Oh, we are about to. I'll start YouTube for sure. We are live. Or viewers watching already.
Okay.
You guys see this house? Go ahead. Oops. Back down.
All right. Good afternoon. OCA Media Sports is proud to bring you this exciting WIAA soccer match live from Huntoon Field in Oregon, Wisconsin. The 2021 state champion Oregon Panthers host the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions. I'm Tim Higgins, and I have a special guest in the booth tonight, a member of that 2021 state champion Oregon Panthers team, Max Higgins.
Hello.
So we're excited to bring you all of this Panther soccer action. I'd like to remind the viewers that this game is brought to you with support from our generous sponsors, Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join our team today and help support our student athletes, and by the Oregon Area Community Cares Coalition. Parenting teens is hard, and we're here to help. Oregon Cares. OCA Media is also excited to welcome One Community Bank as our scoreboard sponsor for the Panthers soccer. Stick around as the Panthers put some feel-good goals on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Well, we're about to get set for introductions here, so we'll let the Stadium PA announcer, John Fishwild, take over.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hunting Field for today's WIAA Boys Varsity Soccer match between the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions and your Oregon Panthers. Here are today's starting lineups for the visiting Lions. Number 4, Cole Pleka. Number 5, Will Markowski. Number 6, Jacob Kaldor. Number 7, Jack Brutzman. Number 8, Dima Oleknovich. Number 9, Alex Schmidt. Number 10, Kevin Liu. Number 11, Simon Featherston. Number 13, Luke Bockerman. Number 14, Jack Pawlowski. And in goal, Daniel Wu. And now for your Oregon Panthers, number 2, Luke Bennett. Number 3, Mason Dierks. Number 5, Colin Vandermaus. Number 6, Kellen Dierks. Number 7, Noah Malcook. Number 8, Carter Ullman. Number 10, Anthony Ellert. Number 11, Casey Schenecker. Number 12, Max Westfield. Number 16, Daniel Compton. And in goal, Jack Kreckman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please help us to honor America by rising, removing your hats for our national anthem.
Thank you.
high school and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at interscholastic events. We ask for your cooperation by supporting their participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon Sports Administrator Brittany Spencer Grant, good luck to all coaches and competitors.
All right, New Berlin Eisenhower is a Division III school, and they come in with a 10-3-2 record, 5-0-1 in conference. They are the number 1 seed in their sectional bracket. They have a goals scored this year of 45 and goals allowed of 24. Oregon, meanwhile, comes in at 16-2-2, 12-0 in conference.
Proud to have OCA Media here live streaming this game. If your friends and family can't make it out to watch, give them a call and let them know they can watch this game live. Just send them to ocamedia.com.
Oregon has scored 69 goals and given up 15.
Popcorn at the Boosters concession stand. If you happen to miss that last big Panthers goal, just grab your phone and go to OCA Media's YouTube page and replay it over and over.
Oregon has been on a really nice run the last 14 games since their last loss to Madison West on September 10th. They've gone 13-0-1. They've scored 57 goals and given up 8, and they've had 8 shutouts in that run. Overall, a total of 69 goals scored and 15 allowed so far this year. We've got pretty much the same starting lineup that we've seen most of the year, and we see Oregon starting out. Looks like they've got 4 defenders back this time. They kind of switched to a 3-5-2 format, and I think ultimately that 4th defender is going to move up for most of the game.
Yeah, it looks like they will still be in the 3-5-2, but what they like to do is just start one of the midfielders in like the defensive line, so just to kind of confuse the other team and, you know, keep them on their toes.
Cool. And the advantage of this format versus the 4-4-3 that they were playing earlier is it feeds the ball to the midfield a little better from defense, more passing lanes.
Yeah. They like to play through the middle a lot. They've got a really strong midfield, so they can use that to their advantage and kind of start the attack from there.
Excellent. New Berlin Eisenhower will start with the ball. They're in white, moving from right to left on your screen. Oregon in the traditional black and orange, moving from left to right. Got Jack Kreckman in goal, as he's been most of the year. Nice header by Casey Schenecker to push it back up to the midfield. Kellen Dirks. Nice spin move there. He pushes it forward. It looks like Carter Ullman.
Yeah, you can see that Carter's playing more in the midfield. They just started him out back there on defense to
Ball up to
throw off the
Mason.
other team.
Mason Dirks. Pass doesn't make it through. He's trying to get it to Westfield. Ooh, Luke Bennett with a tough defense. He got pushed down, but he's able to recover. Eisenhower putting some pressure on Oregon early. It's a centering kick. Schenecker there to get a head on it. Ellert gets another head on it. And that ball's out of bounds for an Oregon throw-in. Ball goes out again, another Oregon throw-in. Shaneker plays it back to Kreckman. He has a little trouble handling it, but he gets it away. But that'll be out of bounds.
Looks like the wind's kind of taking the ball a lot more than they are expecting.
Yeah, the wind is pretty hard from the west, maybe the southwest today.
Yeah.
Westfield with a nice play there to get the ball to Ellert. He drops it back. Kellen Dirks with a really nice pass up to Carter Ullman. Carter with a move, puts it into the box. Goalie makes a nice save.
It's a shot on goal.
That's our first shot on goal for Oregon.
Saved by Wu.
Pass comes over to Compton. He tried to feed it down to Kellen Dirks, but it didn't make it through the defense. With Bennett there, he pushes it down to Noah Malcook. Noah puts a centering pass into the box. Ball's up in the air. Carter Ullman with a nice move there. Modified bicycle kick, if you will. But the ball's back out to Berlin, New Berlin Eisenhower. Dirks with the crossing pass, tried to get it to Compton, and didn't make it through. Ellert pushes it out to Ullman. Ullman drops it back. There's Vandermouse. And the Lions are able to reverse the ball. Kreckman will pick that up.
Go Panthers! Go!
That's a nice kick by Kreckman. A little wind aided. Malcook gets a foot on it.
Nice dodge.
Bennett with a pass out to Ellert. Ellert drops it back to Vandermouse. You can really see the format now where it's 3 defenders back. Not as obvious at the opening kick, but that allows Oregon to put a lot more pressure on the goalkeeper. Malcook had an opportunity there, but the defender was able to get in front of it. Compton with a nice save to keep the ball from going out of bounds. And it'll be an Oregon throw. Those ball boys are getting younger every game.
Looking for back door. Good ball through.
It was the right idea.
Wind kind of took that one too.
Yeah. But Ullman was in a great position there. A little bit of confusion there, but the Lions come through with it. Compton with a nice intercept there. Malcook trying to start something. He's got a little bit of space. Couldn't quite get a handle on it.
Took a bad bounce.
Did a nice job of getting the ball back for Oregon. Malcook did. Carter does a nice job of keeping that ball away from the Lions.
Expecting big things from Pax tomorrow, David? Yeah, but you know what? I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the Jets. I think the Jets are better than people, but I think they are.
Derek pushes back to Colin Vandermouse. Compton and Bennett playing a little two-man. And into Kellen Dirks in the middle. Alcock, he's going to... Oh, he almost had that forward for Compton. The defender was able to stop it. Schenecker. Bennett with position, gets ahead on it.
Nice.
Compton's able to take it, but goes out of bounds. New Berlin throw in. Yeah, there's an Oregon throw. Schenecker with a nice stop there. Defense does a great job of getting the ball forward. Comes Malcook. Crosses it over to Westfield, who pops it up to Ullman. Ullman trying to chase it down in the corner, but that got away from him.
Wayne's just going to take every ball that's in the air, so they're going to have to find a way to either play on the ground or just be ready for that.
Right. All right, we got a handball.
Free kick, Oregon.
Oregon with the free kick. So let's see if Mason Dirks can get, oh no, Ellert takes the kick.
Tried to catch the goalie off guard, and he was able to react in time.
Yeah. Mason's had some really nice free kicks of late where he's put the ball in from about that distance, maybe a little closer. But he's taken some really, really powerful shots that have had some nice bend on them and curled into the corner, upper corner of the goal. Kellen Dirks crosses it to Westfield, who gets it to Mason Dirks. There's a big crowd in the box there. Malcook gets a foot on it, but ultimately the defense is able to clear it.
Nice header by Mason Dirks, able to kind of put it in space, but the defender got there before Oregon could.
And that ball is over the fence.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of those today.
Into J.C. Park. Here it comes back, though.
Oh,
Whoever was over there and sent it back might want to rethink how they do that. Put it right into the middle of play. So a goal kick for New Berlin Eisenhower.
it's another thing that this formation allows for when the ball is coming out of the air from the goalie and towards the center of the field. Oregon will usually have numbers, have the advantage, and are usually able to bring it down and get possession back.
Numbers in the middle of the field?
Yeah.
An advantage, yeah. Ullman with the ball on the edge. He's got great speed. He's going to cross it. Oh, Westfield was about a half a step behind getting a foot on that ball.
He's in the perfect spot.
Ball's in the air. Compton fighting for it. And it's going out of bounds. It'll be an Oregon throw. We're in the 13th minute on the One Community Bank scoreboard. And there is no score so far. We've had one shot on goal by Oregon and none so far by New Berlin Eisenhower. Compton trying to get to that. He crosses it. Malcook got a foot on it, but it's going to be a goal kick. We got a couple of subs, handful of subs coming in for New Berlin Eisenhower now. No one yet for Oregon.
Barwick, Scott, and Tedich in for the Lions.
Compton couldn't chase that one down. I don't think he understood that Cullen was sending that ball for him until it was a second too late.
Yeah, that was a good idea. Played it well into space, but just wasn't ready for it.
Right. Malcook pushes it back to Compton. Pops it up into the box. Oh, Mason Dirks does a good job to get ahead on the ball, but it goes high over the goal. That was really well played.
Yeah, that was right where you wanted it.
If they keep that pressure on, they'll get the ball in the goal soon enough. Compton with the throw in. It'll be a throw in for Oregon as Carter Ullman will sit down.
Tomlinson in for the Panthers.
And Miles Tomlinson comes in. Ooh, that's a long kick there by, is that Kellen Dirks? But the ball sails high. So goal kick for New Berlin Eisenhower. Luke Bennett fighting for the ball, not giving up, continuing to compete. That ball is sent out wide. Miles Tomlinson knocks it out of bounds. New Berlin throw in. Ball's up into the box. Kreckman's there. He's got it. We'll count that as a shot on goal for New Berlin. So it's 1-1 for shots on goal. Malcook gets it to Ellard. Ellard pushes it out to Tomlinson. Tomlinson centers it to Kellen Dirks. Dirks gets it to Malcook, who gets it to Westfield. Mason Dirks with a nice play to take the ball and the long shot. A very, very good save by the New Berlin goalkeeper. That's the second shot on goal for Oregon. That was the kind of shot we've seen a lot of from Mason Dirks, where it's from outside the box, but it's a rocket. Bennett with a nifty play there to get the ball out of trouble. Malcook with a good job of getting a foot on that ball and taking it. He crosses it over to Compton. Compton's got it. Pushes it to Mason Dirks, who tries to do a little give and go, and defender's able to disrupt it. That'll be another goal kick.
Pulaski back into the lanes.
Oregon throw in. Mason Dirks getting triple teamed, but he gets the ball up to Ellert. Back over to Malcook. Oregon able to poke it away from Malcook.
Berlin Eisenhower is using a strategy that we see a lot of teams use against Oregon, where they kind of put as many players as they can behind the ball just to keep Oregon from scoring and only really leave 1 or 2 players up on the attack. It makes it so they can't really counterattack very fast, but if they can stop Oregon from scoring, which they've been doing a decent job so far, staying in front of their shots. You know, if they can keep them from scoring, you know, keep this game low scoring, it gives them a better chance than if they were to leave less defenders back.
Yeah, I think the one team that employed that strategy most effectively this year was Madison West, who got then kind of a fluke goal where it bounced off the top of the frame and came right back to a player who was able to punch it in for the score and take a 2-1 lead. But we've seen that a few times with teams, like even just the last game against, well, not the last game, but the game against Fort Atkinson, they seem to be employing that same strategy. But by the time Oregon got about Miles with it. That'll be a corner kick. But the drawback to that is if you get down 4-0, you don't necessarily have the wherewithal then to come back.
Right.
And you certainly haven't been putting pressure on the Oregon defense in a way that's...
Yeah, they did a good job of pressuring the Oregon's defense first couple minutes, but then they kind of decided to fall back and stay in front of the ball.
Right. Corner comes in, a little long.
Featherston and Pleka into the lanes.
Kimmerneck is in the game now. That's him on the ball there. Luke Bennett gets it forward to Malcook. Malcook looking to set something up. Drops it back to Westfield. Westfield tries to push it through. Dirks gets it. Westfield with a race to the ball. The New Berlin player overruns it. Ellert pushes it up to Tomlinson. Vandermouse gets it up to Tomlinson again. He pushes it forward up to the top of the box. Allman's there, but he can't quite control it. Ball was bouncing around. That'll be a throw in for Oregon. Luke Bennett plays the ball in to Ullman. Eck with a nice attempt, but he goes a little bit wide left. I've noticed Carter Ullman is one of the few players that will change sides of the field that he plays on. He must be pretty versatile with either foot.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's also just fast enough that they can kind of use him on either side, and just they usually will just play him through and have him get the cross off.
Okay. Still no score on the One Community Bank scoreboard. We're in the 24th minute, so a little more than halfway through the first half, and neither team has been able to punch it in. We haven't had a whole lot of shots on goal that were actually within the frame. 2 for Oregon, 1 for the Lions. Well, that was a nice pass. Ullman, he gets it across. Westfield gets to it, but he loses it out of bounds. And the Oregon subs will wait because it's a Lion throw-in. Now it'll be an Oregon throw-in. We'll get some subs. So Westfield's going to sit down. Mason Dirks is going to sit down.
Panthers.
There's Dolbo and Kellen Dierks coming in. Kellen Dierks gets the ball over to Dolbo. Dolbo tried to punch it through. Thought he had an opportunity there. Defense broke it up. Oh, there we go. Oregon got a little bit of a gift there. I think Bennett was falling down and the defender kind of jumped on his back. No? You think he pushed him?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay. So a free kick for Oregon.
Ellert on the kick.
Looks like Ellert's going to take it. And Malcock's going to head down toward the box. Ball is up among the crowds. And it's out of bounds. Must have been off Oregon. It'll be a goal kick for New Berlin Eisenhower. Well, that was a really nice stop by Colin Vandermouse. I'll get his name right before the season's over, probably.
Maybe.
Colin with the stop, but the defender. Ball gets deflected. Here's Kellen Dierks. Ball's forced out of bounds, and Oregon will get the throw in.
New Berlin Eisenhower was putting together a little bit of an attack there, but ultimately turned away.
Yeah, the Panther defense has stayed really organized in this last 10 to 15 games where they've really played well. I think they've actually protected their goalie pretty effectively. As he hasn't had to make a whole ton of stops.
Yeah.
Free kick, New Berlin.
Berlin with an opportunity. Kreckman able to track the ball down. He thought he had it, and it went over his head. But no harm. A nice punt down the field. Ellert with a nice job to control that ball. Take it away. But the ball just kind of missed a couple of feet there by a couple inches on that possession. So some of the really crisp passing that we've seen from Oregon has not been quite as evident tonight, this afternoon, as it has been in the last several games. Some of that I would attribute to the New Berlin defense. Some of it to just passes missing their mark slightly.
Yeah, it's a little cold and windy today, so it never helps, but
Tomlinson keeps the ball in bounds. Crosses it. Malcook with the shot. Goes wide. A couple more subs. That looks like Mason Dierk's coming back in. And is that Daniel Compton?
yep.
Oregon substitutions: Mason
For
Dierks
Ullman and
Daniel
Malcook.
Compton. For the Lions, Kevin Booth.
So with 11 minutes left, there's some speed sitting down on the bench between Malcook and Ullman.
Carter's still on the field.
Oh,
They
is he?
had him go over to the left side and Miles came out,
Okay,
which makes sense. I think they usually try and keep at least one of those two in.
Right.
Oh, that's got to be a foul.
it should have been a foul, but they didn't call it. You got to play on.
Yeah.
That'll be an Oregon throw? No. Really?
I think that one was a little 50-50, and since it came out the direction that Kellen was going, I called it for
Yeah.
Berlin.
It was kind of off 2 feet at the same time almost.
Right, yeah, it's hard to call those.
Right. Dirk's down into the corner. He crosses it,
No
but
one's
there's
there.
nobody there.
Carter should have been there.
Carter was well back. He's there now.
Yeah.
But there's another pass that didn't quite make it to where it was intended. Oh, that was a really nice stop by Colin. Berlin just punching it into the middle, and Oregon able to send it back. We got a free kick coming up for New Berlin Eisenhower.
Free kick, New Berlin.
Well, Oregon got lucky there because if that pass was on target, Jack had fallen down. I might not have been able to get to it, but that pass was well left of the goal.
Yeah, I think that guy, the New Berlin Eisenhower player, came up from the defense there to take that shot, so no one really knew whose man that was.
Yeah, that was the first time I think I've seen almost the whole team cross the mid-stripe.
Westfield
Yeah.
and Tomlinson in for the Panthers.
There were only 2 back for New Berlin Eisenhower, and that's the first time we've seen that all afternoon.
Yeah, they
Warwick,
seem to be
Caldor,
switching their strategy up
and
based on
Petch
what they're
into the
seeing.
Lions.
Right. Ball's out of bounds. Be a New Berlin throw in. New Berlin throw in. That was really good aggressive defense there. Was that Kellen Dirks?
I think that was Miles.
Miles, okay. He really did a good job of sticking with it. On this ball, just a little too far for Compton to run down. Oregon throw. That was not a well-directed pass by Cameron Egg.
Nice. Mason Dirks again does a good job of heading that ball into space, but just a little too hot. That's a foul.
That'll be an Oregon throw.
Good pressure by Casey Schenecker.
Yeah. Drop the ball back to Kreckman. Plays it back up to Colin Vandermouse. Compton pushes it forward.
I think that crossed the line. Yep, AR's waiting for it.
Yeah, there's the whistle.
Yep.
Be an Oregon throw. We'll get some subs here. The 36th minute on the One Community Bank scoreboard.
Dukes, check pass. Ullman, Malcook, and Ellert in for the Panthers.
This looks like we got the starting lineup back in to close out this half.
Right. Some good speed back on the field.
Stocked into the Lions.
All right, here we go. Free kick for Oregon. As Kellen Dirks get taken down. Schenecker's going to take it.
This
Schenecker
one,
taking the
unfortunately, a
free
little
kick.
bit out of range.
Yeah. Ball's up in the box. Keeper goes up high and gets it. That was a nice play by the goalkeeper there.
Good aggressive goalkeeping.
Yeah, make sure he gets it and nobody else can put a head on it.
Right. As we saw earlier, Mason Dirks kind of got the head on the ball over him because he hesitated a little bit, but that time he does a good job of making sure no one can get to it first.
Right. That ball Ball's coming out of bounds. It'll be an Oregon throw in.
Great pressure there by Mason Dierks.
Ball out wide to Ellert. Tried to get it to Ullman.
Kind of gotten fouled there.
Kind of got bullied off the ball, I was going to say. Yeah, could have called a foul there.
This Russman calling it pretty loosely, I think. It's good sometimes, just kind of.
Nice cross. Oh. Mason Dirks tried to get a bicycle kick there. He didn't quite get his body all the way around on it. It went over the goal.
And over the fence.
Henderson in for the Lions.
Well, maybe we can get that helpful person to throw a ball into the middle of the game again. Just over 2 minutes left in the half on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Schoenecker stops it. Compton unable to keep it in bounds. Westfield gets a hit on the ball, but goes out of bounds.
Center ref overruled the assistant there.
Yeah, I'm not sure the assistant saw it though.
Yeah,
He seemed kind of uncertain.
Yeah, he was not at a great angle for it either. And looks like Daniel Compton thought that one was off of New Berlin Eisenhower, but
Yeah.
it's a throw in for them.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left. Ball up to Malcook. He's going to take it. Great speed by Noah Malcook. Crosses it over to Mason Dierks. Dierks able to get it past the defender, but has to circle back, and he crosses it to Compton. There are two defenders there.
That attack kind of developed quicker than anyone was expecting.
Right. Dierks with a nice job of using his body to get the ball there. Mason Dierks puts it on Malcook's foot, but he was unable to do anything with it. We got 20 seconds left. Oh, and that's a flubbed punt there by the keeper.
Could have been a gift.
But
10,
I'm not really able to do anything with it. The time is
7,
take the shot.
6,
Boom.
5, 4,
It's
3,
not going to happen.
2, 1.
So that's the end of the first half with the score 0-0. Oregon with
Halftime score, we are tied at 0.
Oregon with 2 shots on goal. New Berlin Eisenhower with
A
1.
reminder to grab
And,
some food in the concession stand during halftime.
We'll be back with the start of the second half right after this break. Thanks. Whatever you want. It's cool.
depends on.
You know that about 18 minutes of advertising broadcast.
Nate was saying that soccer's around to be like, bro, you play like
It's if you look at the TV screen, it's on they sponsor it.
Yes, at home, I usually say it. Have a student. No, there's a student. You are. You want to make an we don't even know that. We don't even know that. I mean, I guess well, we established in the car and the way you're walking around.
so then you need to hire someone. Or like put someone, not hire someone, but like have someone on the phone. Like have that as a, you could have a social media. No, just make someone else do it. No, if they run for that position, you make it a position, and then they run for it.
I know, but it's all a bit wonky because I probably have to get permission from some people and tell them what I'm going to do, make sure it's okay, get it authorized. We went to it, so Davi made himself goalie jerseys. Himself if you want to win it. 2 weeks in the season, he was saying what they hate it, and they just know how to lead it. Yeah. Well, it's just really good. They want to make money. We have if we want to get something, they want to make sure it's product. If you want to make t-shirts or something, you have to go to a certain person with a certain list. So we have to. That is good. Well, after the season.
Grandpa a hard time? It's okay.
She says, you made it on very excited, and you didn't get here, so if you miss a race opportunity, then you have to get points.
Yeah, the water fell.
Who's water too? She's my favorite wrestler, but when I have my quad, she's like the most helpful for now. She texted me because I had she let me make so it was me and one and that was discussion board on someone get a great board and you get something else and I posted it. Nobody else posted it. But then she like she had those emails and I'm sure we didn't like nobody turned it like if I could say I said that, why did you just wrote something, but then it's weird. The class was like,
Welcome back to the second half of Oregon versus New Berlin Eisenhower. I'm Tim Higgins on OCA Media Sports. We're getting ready to start the second half here, and I want to remind you that this game is brought to you with the support from our generous sponsors: Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join our team today and help support our student athletes. And by the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon cares. OCA Media is excited to have One Community Bank as our scoreboard sponsor for Panthers soccer. OCA Media is your local community access television station. We broadcast locally sourced, entertaining, and informative programs on Charter and TDS cable. Check out our live streams and archive program on our YouTube channel. Visit our website for our program guide and more information, ocamedia.com. Oregon puts the ball back in play. I noticed for much of the halftime, the talking was done by Chris Mitchell, which tends to indicate that what he's looking for are tactical changes, really tightening up some of the things they're working on. Lions able to get a push that time, but Casey Shaneker knocks the ball out of bounds. See the New Berlin Eisenhower coach encouraging his team to move forward. They may be planning to be a little more aggressive in the second half. Compton gets called for a push there.
Free kick, New Berlin.
So a free kick for New Berlin. It's a beautiful fall afternoon in Oregon today.
By Buckerman.
Mid-50s, great sweatshirt weather. You can see the trees changing color, the handful of trees that are left in J.C. Park. Nice stop by Kreckman there, and he gets the ball up to Anthony Ellert, and he starts the break. Gets it over to Westfield. Westfield pushes it out wide, but the wind gets a hold of that one. That was not what he was looking for. It was like a slice off a golf club. Lions push the ball forward. Ellert did a nice job of stopping that break.
Come on, guys. Let's go Panthers.
Not Ellert, Ullman. Dirks gets it to his brother Kellen Dirks. Turns it, pushes it forward to Malcook. Tries to feed it forward for Mason Dirks, but they don't quite connect on it. Here comes Ellert with the ball. He punches it forward, but there's nobody there. That ball went out of bounds, and we'll have an Oregon throw in. Another Oregon throw in. Vandermouse punches it forward. Nice job there by Kellen Dirks to get the ball forward. Defense kicks it out of bounds, and the Oregon throw in. Vandermouse gets it out to Ellert. He drops it back to Shaneker. He's going to push it over to Luke Bennett. Bennett plays it forward to Kellen Dirks. Dirks punches it through. Carter Ullman's there. He pops it up. And it's off the post. But Noah Malcook is right there to punch it in. That feel-good goal was made by Noah Malcook. Let's add it to the OCB Feel-Good Banking scoreboard. One community
goal
bank.
by Noah Malcook. 44:09 mark in the second half.
Let it go, boys!
Oregon did a nice job of putting pressure on the New Berlin defense there. They get the ball bouncing around in the box, and They were able to get the shot on goal and punch it through for a score. It was the third Oregon shot on goal today. Dirks pushes it out to Malcook. Malcook tries to get it past the New Berlin defender, but winds up out of bounds for an Oregon throw-in. Got a foul there and a push, and Oregon will get a free kick.
That is how they
Free kick, Oregon.
Lions goal kick. Makes it all the way through. Schenecker tracking it down. He plays it back up the field. Ullman does a nice job of getting the throw in to go to Oregon. Mason Dirks has it. He's going to play it wide. He's got Daniel Compton. Compton closing on it. It's a really nice pass by Mason Dirks. Malcook has it. Malcook crosses it. Oh, just a little too high for Mason Dirks to get a head on it. Goal kick by New Berlin. Schenecker deflects it. And Bennett will drop it back for Kreckman to play. Kreckman boots it wide to the right. Compton punches it forward with his head. Malcook gets it to Ellert. And they get it forward, but Mason Dirks able to intercept. Gets it back to Kellen Dirks. Noah Malcook had a notion about a little give and go there. It doesn't quite work out, but Oregon able to repossess the ball. Nice play by Schenecker to stop that advance by New Berlin Eisenhower. And Dirks pushes it forward to Compton. Compton trying to get around the defender. He makes it around, but he doesn't make it past the second one, and we'll get a corner kick out of it.
Corner kick, Oregon.
Ellert's going to take that corner.
Will be taken by Ellert.
Ellert's corner into the box, and a header from Mason Dirks. Just misses the goal. Scraped the side of the netting on the wrong side. It was a really nice corner kick by Ellert, right in position. Kellen Dirks pushes it forward to Mason Dirks. A little bit of a crowd, ball's bouncing around, fighting for it. Ultimately controlled. The AR is trying to signal something back to the center ref. He's waving his flag. And we've got a whistle. Center ref's going to go over and find out what's up. We're in the 50th minute on the One Community Bank scoreboard, with Oregon leading 1-0. We got a timeout. We've got a yellow card on Mason Dierks.
Mason Dierks receives a yellow card.
I didn't see what he did.
Free kick, New Berlin.
I believe that was called by the AR on the far side of the field. Replay looks like he tackled him, like Mason Dierks tackled the player. Oh, now we've got another yellow card,
There's
though.
goal ball in for the Panthers.
It's a yellow card for one of the New Berlin Eisenhower players.
Also receiving yellow card for the Lions, Ruth Buckerman.
So it seemed like the play was getting a little bit chippy toward the end of the first half, and perhaps the ref's halftime adjustment was to tighten up a little bit, because they'd called it pretty loose up to this point in the game. They'd let a lot of contact go on and really waved off even a couple of cases where the players thought a foul had been committed.
Unless they like hit it, it's gonna be a drop ball. Or like
Tadic in for the Lions.
Referee is explaining his decision to the New Berlin coaches right now, based on, I assume this is based on continuing action after the initial play that earned Mason Dierks the yellow card, that there was some sort of retaliation by the New Berlin Eisenhower player. While we have this break, let me tell you that OCA Media broadcasts throughout Dane County on Charter Cable's 984 and TDS channel 1020. You can also watch this and other OCA programs on demand on our YouTube channel. Visit our website, ocamedia.com, for more information. Please consider supporting productions like Panther Soccer. OCA Media is a non-profit organization, and with your help, we can continue to provide our viewers throughout Dane County with quality programming like this. Contact Paul at ocamedia.com for information. You can email Paul at ocamedia.com. And we're ready to start again. The ref will put the ball in play. Dropping it for New Berlin. And they'll play it forward, where Shaneker deflects it, and Westfield punches it into the Shaneker looking like he was going to drop it back to Kreckman, but doesn't. Ultimately plays the ball into the visiting dugout. And we've got a slew of subs in for the Lions.
New Berlin substitutions, Scott, Caldor, and Barwick.
There's another call that goes New Berlin's way. Looks like a free kick. Free kick off the New Berlin player's head, but goes harmlessly out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Oregon. We're in the 52nd minute on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Oregon leading 1-0. The second period, second half. Well, that ball just got held up by the wind there. And that one was pushed by the wind all the way out of bounds for an Oregon throw. Ball's pushed forward. Malcook's tracking it down. Great speed there by Malcook. Didn't quite make it. Kellen Dierks doing a good job of taking the ball away. Gets it over to Dolbo. Ullman pushes it forward, but defender stops it. It's popped in the air. Ellert gets a foot on it. Nice control. Drops it back to Colin Vandermouse. Vandermouse with a nice move to evade the New Berlin player and gets it up to Malcook. Pushes it forward to Ellert. And the defender kicks it out across the back line. That'll be a corner kick for Oregon.
Malcook to take the corner kick.
No, Malcook will go over to take the corner. Carter Ullman did a nice job there of pressuring the defense and giving him no option but to put it out the back. He generally would rather get it out the side for a throw-in than a corner. Corners are much more threatening to the defense. So here comes the corner. Kick right into the box. Keeper does a good job of grabbing it, but then drops it. Almost blew it, but he's able to hang on to it and get the punt off. Berlin kicks it forward, but Luke Bennett is there to stop the advance. Lions throw in. There'll be another Lions throw in. Bad throw in there. Carter Ullman plays it up. Malcook gets a foot on it, but New Berlin able to prevail. Westfield knocks it out. Dolbo putting pressure on the ball. Ooh, a couple players go down. Seemed like the ref was ready to call something. He put his whistle to his mouth, but then allowed the play to continue.
Tomlinson in for the Panthers.
Tomlinson comes in for Ullman. Haven't seen Mason Dirks come back in after his yellow card. Sometimes you'll see guys coming back in. They have to come out when they get a yellow card. They have to come out of the game until at least the next stoppage of play. But often they come right back in pretty quickly. Here's Tomlinson out wide. That ball was spinning a little bit and he couldn't get a clean kick on it. And goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Wind is picking up out there. This will be a New Berlin throw-in. They're going to go quickly, but nobody's... Oh. They wanted to go quickly, but first they weren't ready, and then the AR whistled a stoppage for a substitution. May have lost an opportunity there.
Fewer in for lines.
Kellen Dirks did a nice job of stopping that attack. Vandermouse and Ellert combined to get that ball out of there, but it goes out of bounds. Throw in. Tomlinson with a real nifty move there to advance the ball, but New Berlin able to take it back again. There's some noise about that, but no call from the ref. Kreckman with a nice punt there. Get the ball out to midfield. Dolbo unable to do anything with it. And Eisenhower pushes it back in, but out of bounds for an Oregon throw-in. That'll be a New Berlin Eisenhower throw-in. A dangerous clear, as evidenced by the fact that New Berlin just got their second shot on goal of the night. Vandermouse pushes it across to Luke Bennett. Gets it up to Ellert, back to Bennett. Bennett with the boot, push it up to midfield. Tomlinson with a nifty move to control the ball and push it forward, but unable to get it where he was trying to. Ellert with a nice move. Another nice move. He drops it back for Bennett. Bennett boots it. Clears everybody. If Dolbo can track that down, he'll have an opportunity. But the New Berlin Eisenhower defense is able to turn the ball around, send it back the other way. Shannikert does a nice job of bringing the ball up into the front court. But ultimately, we're pretty much going back and forth here without any shots on goal developing out of this action. Alcock, he gets it across to Tomlinson. Tomlinson drops it for Vandermouse. Vandermouse crosses it to Bennett. Compton back to Bennett. Bennett sends it into the mid to Dolbo. Dolbo trying to get a shot off. Gets it through to Tomlinson. Tomlinson, if he can get a foot on it, can get the shot. Here comes Vandermouse. The New Berlin player was able to intercept the ball. And he sends it out. Shanniker is going to get called for the foul there. And we're going to stop the clocks, and I think the ref might be getting a card out of his pocket. It really wasn't terribly egregious of a foul. I mean, I see calling the foul, but it was just a shoulder. Malcook is trying to advocate for Schenecker. The ref doesn't appear to be having any of it. He's talking with the AR about it. I don't think there's any doubt it was a foul, but I think they're debating whether or not it's a yellow card or just a common foul. I think he's decided to leave it just as a foul. He definitely looked like he was getting ready to pull a card out of his pocket, but ultimately decided to leave it there and may have decided to issue a warning instead. Oh no, he does pull the yellow card out. Not sure why he waited all that time to pull the card out. But that's a yellow card on Casey Schenecker.
Yellow card given to Casey Schenecker.
Schenecker's trying to get an explanation, but I think the explanation is going to go over to Coach Mitchell. Again, I didn't feel like that was really yellow card worthy of a foul. Certainly a foul. He knocked him down. It may have been his interpretation that he was taking him from a goal scoring opportunity, but really I think it was just two players going for the ball, and one of them got a little more aggressive with his body.
What's up, dude?
Let's go, Red!
What are you doing?
Go Panthers!
We've got a slew of substitutions coming in.
Oregon substitutions: Nelson, Eck, Ullman, and Dierks.
So Mason Dierks is back in now.
For the Lions, Ryan, Featherston, and Lou.
We're in the 61st minute, so under 20 minutes left in the game.
Free kick,
Still
New Berlin.
Still 1-0 Oregon over New Berlin Eisenhower. That free kick is sent away by the Oregon defense. Dolbo with a chance to push it forward. He gets it to Mason Dierks. Dierks crosses it all the way over. Eck unable to get control of the ball, but Ellert does. Ellert punches it forward for Tomlinson. And the AR didn't see the play, so he gives it to New Berlin Eisenhower. He was looking at the center ref, and he hadn't been looking at it either. But Westfield able to get control of the ball. Pushes it forward. Dolbo. We're going to have a whistle here. I'm going to call that for New Berlin, huh?
Offsides called against Oregon.
Oh, it was offsides. I thought the goalie pushed Dolbo, but the offsides call must have come before that. New Berlin, I'm not sure what they were thinking there. That play didn't have any chance of success. Here comes Ullman with the ball. Puts it forward to Mason Dierks. It's an aggressive run. Oh. There's another collision. And Ellert earns the yellow card there for the collision.
Yellow card to Anthony Ellert.
Trainer comes on the field for number 9, so he's going to come off.
Dirks in for the Panthers.
Dirks comes in for Ellert with the yellow.
Free kick to New Berlin.
Good to see you.
Late in the 63rd minute. 1-0 Oregon on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Here's the free kick. That goes wide of the goal. Big goal kick for Oregon. Kreckman setting up the goal kick. That one cut through the wind nicely. Tomlinson punches it forward. Westfield with a nice play on the ball. Dalbo able to bounce it out. Ullman with a great job to push that ball down the field in a hurry. Gets the throw in. Throw in goes back to Mason Dirks, but he loses control of the ball. Vandermouse does a great job of defending that ball. A little bit of help from Bennett. Okay. Vandermouse really wanted the call there and finally got it. But no yellow card at least. Nice pass out wide for Eck. Carter Ullman. He crosses it. New Berlin pushes it out of bounds for an Oregon throw.
New Berlin substitutions: Schmidt, Brzezinski, and for the Panthers, Mel Cook and Ellert.
Mason Dirks with a nice play to slow that attack down. All right. A little more hand fighting there, and we get another call. This one goes Oregon's way.
Free kick Oregon.
Malcook with a nice move to get that ball. And he gets the call there.
Free kick Oregon.
As the New Berlin player tripped in front of him, and Malcook managed to get the call there. Sometimes you see that call go the other way. Ellert to take the free kick. He gets it way up in the air, up near the box. Bennett initiating the offense from defense. He takes a shot. I think that was the 4th Oregon shot on goal today. So Oregon finally has more shots on goal than yellow cards at this point. But there's another foul. Pierce Nelson able to draw the foul there by getting roughly thrown to the ground.
Free kick Oregon.
And Ellert will take the free kick. Another nice free kick by Ellert. Ball is loose. I don't know what the call there was. Is that offsides or? Tomlinson settling the ball and then putting it up in the air. Nelson unable to get a hold of it before it goes out of bounds. We'll get some subs back in. Tomlinson and Vandermouse out. Got Schenecker in.
For the Panthers.
Along with
into the
Compton.
Lions.
Carter Ullman changes sides again. Comes back over to the near side. Nelson with a nice job getting the ball up to Ullman. He swings it wide. And Eck gets it over to Malcook. Malcook setting up the attack. Makes a move. And he takes a shot. And that skirts across the front of the goal. Be a Lions goal kick. We're in the 70th minute here. And it's 1-0 Oregon. Ball was wind aided. Good communication by the goalkeeper. Kreckman will play the ball back in. Beck does a good job to get the ball over to his teammates. Schenecker to Kellen Dierks, and he drops it back to Pierce Nelson. Nelson slips, but is able to maintain control until he isn't. There's some real pushing there. We finally get the call. And Oregon will get the free kick here. Under 9 minutes to play here. Still 1-0 Oregon. Oregon trying to organize another attack. Be a free kick for Oregon.
Dierks take the free kick.
Dierks to take it. Puts the ball up in the box. Schenecker got a foot on it. Ball goes out of bounds. Oregon's calling for a corner kick, but the ref is calling it a goal kick. I thought that was off Schenecker as well. Bennett punches the ball out of bounds. Berlin throw in, but they punch it right back out of bounds and give it right back to Oregon. And we'll get a couple of substitutions in. Beck is going to sit down, as is Nelson.
Westfield and Vandermouse in for the Panthers.
Looks like we're getting back to our starting lineup
Bretzman and Tedich in
for the last 7 minutes. Oregon throw in from Vandermouse. Allman with a great play to punch that ball forward. It was going out of bounds and would have been a New Berlin throw in, but he gets the ball advanced. Now Mason Dierks has it, and he punches it forward. Compton on the attack. And that's going to be a corner kick because that went off the New Berlin Eisenhower defender.
Compton. Corner kick, Oregon.
And Ellert running up for the corner
Ellert
kick.
to kick.
74th minute now on the One Community Bank scoreboard. Ball is up and in the box. Keeper gets a hand on it. Malcook punches it back in, but the defense is ready for him. Eisenhower trying to make a run. The wind really messed up that pass and stole a lot of the momentum that New Berlin Eisenhower had on that. Those two players get tangled up there. Call goes in favor of New Berlin Eisenhower. They get the free kick. It was Tomlinson, or no, I'm sorry, that was Kellen Dirks with a strong defensive play. Ball is up and wide of the goal. It'll be a goal kick. To the 76th minute now. Oregon still leading 1-0. Casey Schoeneker slow to get up after that play. And the referee stops the clock. And he might be making Schoeneker come out since he stayed down so long. Ref is talking to the goalkeeper. Seems to be nothing more than a strongly worded letter. He's going to go over and explain what's happening to the New Berlin Eisenhower coach. Head coach Nick Datka for the Lions. And we're restarting the clock now. Nice punt by Kreckman, but the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be an Oregon throw. We're stopping the clock again. Schoeneker's coming out for Pierce Nelson.
We heard him.
All right, just getting the clock right.
Let's go, Panthers! Go! Let's go, Panthers! Ron didn't want you ref all day. Come on, Panthers! 2 seconds! Let's get the game going!
Trying to get the clock set to 75:32.
Just started early! Go!
Everyone knows how to do this. Everyone's got an idea. And we're all set. It's on 75:32, and we're going to put the ball back in play. Nelson gets it forward to Ullman. Ullman crosses it to Ellert. Ellert does a nice job of fighting through some defense. Gets it to Ullman. Ullman punches it through. Malcook has a chance. Malcook gets it to Mason Dirks. Dirks able to work with it a little bit. He gets tripped up. And Oregon gets the call. Be a free kick for Oregon. That's right in that Mason Dirks sweet spot of where he's great at putting the ball in the upper right corner of the goal. But Ellert's going to take it.
Ellert to kick.
Vandermouse punches it forward. Mason Dirks has it. He's able to play it forward. Drops it back for Ellert. Back to Vandermouse. And the ball goes out of bounds, and that'll be a Lions throw in. Checking the time. We're in the 78th minute. Just under 3 minutes left. Ball's ping-ponging back and forth. Nobody's really possessing the ball for more than a kick or two at this point. Oh, nutmeg there. It was really nicely played forward by Kellen Dirks. He gets it to Mason Dirks. Mason crosses it. The defenders there able to poke it away. Defender with a pretty dangerous play there. Carter Ullman able to control it, gets it out to Anthony Ellert. Ellert crosses it to Compton. Compton is dispossessed. We're under 2 minutes. And Kellen Dirks drops it back for Pierce Nelson. Nelson plays that a little too nonchalantly and winds up losing possession. A really nice play by Colin Vandermouse to stop the attack. And then he takes the ball away. It was really well done. Malcook now with a chance. And the Lions with one more shot at it. Nelson plays that forward. Here comes Malcook. The chance for a breakaway. He's got Mason Dirks on the far side. Dirks gets a foot on it in the box. Can't quite get the shot off. His foot slipped a little bit. We're in the last minute now. It's going to be a throw in. Changing it to a New Berlin throw in. I thought it was going to be an Oregon throw in. We get a foul there and a free kick for New Berlin.
Free kick, New Berlin.
We got about a half a minute left. The Lions player tried to cheat the kick up and cost himself about 10 seconds on that. Malcolm
10,
pops the ball up in the
9,
air,
8,
trying to run the clock out.
7, 6, 5,
Compton does a good
4,
job of
3,
keeping that ball from going
1.
forward. And the game is over as the ball sails over the goal. So an exciting game, hard fought. Oregon with 4 shots on goal, New Berlin Eisenhower with 2. And the final score on the One Community Bank scoreboard is Oregon 1, New Berlin Eisenhower 0.
Your final score this afternoon, the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions 0, Oregon Panthers 1.
Thank you for joining us tonight on the live stream on OCA Media Sports. We'd once again like to
The
thank...
Panthers will begin regional play on Tuesday at 6 p.m. here at Huntoon Field, hosting Wilmot Union.
So we'd like to once again thank our sponsors tonight, Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join our team today and help support our student athletes, and by the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard, we're here to help. Oregon cares. The final score once again on the One Community Bank scoreboard is Oregon 1, New Berlin Eisenhower 0. Our next broadcast of Panther soccer will be Tuesday at 6 p.m. here from Huntoon Field as the playoffs begin, and Oregon will be hosting Wilmot Union. That's 6 o'clock Tuesday, Wilmot Union, and then if Oregon prevails in that contest, we should have another game next Saturday, time to be determined. Hard-fought game for Oregon today, a little bit chippy out there. I think we had quite a few more yellow cards than goals scored, but ultimately a successful campaign for Oregon. I'm going to get some comments from Max here at the end and see what he thought of the second half. Any impressions?
I thought as the game went on, it got a lot more aggressive and, yeah, a little chippy, like you said. I think Oregon did a good job of just playing their game, playing through it, and, you know, came out with a victory.
All right, and that brings us to the end of Oregon's regular season. Oregon's record this year be 17-2-2, and we will see you in the playoffs. It's time for these players to go get some blonde in their hair. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.